that transactions are being settled through central bank liabilities. And those central bank liabilities are generally digitized. And so then there's a debate about whether new technologies would be used to enhance or create parallel financial market infrastructure to facilitate large value payments. I think one example to point to of this happening would be what's called the Mbridge. It involves the Bank of Thailand, the PBOC, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, and then a new BRICS member, the Central Bank of the UAE. And that effort aims to effectively create a lower cost large value payments infrastructure between those four jurisdictions. They had a pilot relatively recently, and so trends like that I think are important to watch, where there is a use of new technologies, distributed ledgers, what some would call blockchain, what some would not call blockchain, to facilitate large value payments. So I think Mbridge is a good case study if one wants to see how new technologies are potentially going to be used to transform financial flows in a large value payments context.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto move up. Bitcoin at 73,000, dropped down to 69,000, right back up to about 73,000, and about 360 million liquidated across crypto assets. Now, guys, today, of course, we have the Ethereum upgrade complete. And even though we have stocks and cryptos constantly hitting all-time highs, we're going to be pulling back, and they're going to try to price it in just a little, because we know we have Jerome in the house. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are moving up, which basically should have been skyrocketing, but we know it's all manipulation. We have the dollar index down. We have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether helps the US DOJ and FBI. You heard that correct, guys. The Alphabet Boys recover 1.4 million in stolen funds. So we know if they can do that for this, we know they can do that all the time. And then, guys, we have the Fed repo at 476 billion yesterday. And again, guys, we have Jerome in the house next week. And we already know what he's going to say. He's not going to be moving rates just yet. Inflation is still here. And he's going to stay data dependent. And the bond market has no choice but to react. And then now, if you're actually listening to the actual media, they're saying no rate cuts at all this year. And at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, they was talking about 4, 5, 6, and 7 rate cuts. Now the mainstream media is saying 0. I do expect rate cuts this year just because the Fed is starting to move away all these safety blankets, and the only ammunition they'll have left is rate cuts. And we know they want the stock market to at least look decent until we get to the election. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the EU regulator published batch of draft rules for stable coins under MiCA. And remember, guys, stable coins, CBDCs, whatever you want to call them, they're going to be programmable, and they're going to especially be used for UBI. And then we have India market regulators say that instant settlement needed to compete with crypto. And we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. It works hand in hand. The legacy market is doing nothing but implementing all these digital asset technologies. Remember, DeFi is definitely the new banking. And guys, do not get distracted with all the events that are going on. We have the hacks. Now they bought out TikTok. We have the election and so many other things. Don't get distracted. Get in the lab. Get yourselves prepared. Yes, like I stated, enjoy 2024 because we know the climax of the movie starts in 2025. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the Bitcoin spot ETFs. We have BlackRock, we have Fidelity, we have Grayscale, all up slightly today. And we constantly hear about the inflows going on with these spot Bitcoin ETFs. But guys, if you actually look at the numbers, we have Grayscale negative 10 billion, and guess who's up 10 billion? Sounds like a plan to me, guys. Grayscale could have been lowered their fees. They had no reason to have their fees up this high because they had the biggest fund. It makes no sense unless you know there's always an NWO plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have CoinShares acquires Valkyrie ETF business, which makes no sense because it's a European company, which a United States company could have easily purchased those assets because the Bitcoin ETF fund comes along with that. But all we have to do is sit back, get your popcorn, let it play out. We know it's only going to be about 2 or 3 of these spot Bitcoin ETFs left. Now we have ton rises 61% in 2 days as Telegram eyes potential IPO. And lastly, guys, we have Coinbase plans $1 billion bond sale. And the only thing they're doing, guys, is taking profits, taking advantage of the pump and getting ready for the pullback. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.